P.I.O.P. Pass It On Project. Spreading joy and cheer for all to find. This was a project that was born to leave inspirational messages that has helped shape my life. I love the idea that someone random will find out a synchronistic message. A lot of the cards have, you could say, read me, read, keep, pass on, you're invited to read, and things that would really allow someone to know when they picked up that letter that they're invited to read it and open it. But it was their choice. Somehow in life they came across it, and it was meant to be, especially if they chose to read it. I have had some incredible stories that these notes have changed people's lives, has impacted them. So my mission happened. It was a secret mission for many years. Then I was diagnosed with aggressive breast cancer, and this project could have died with me. But instead, I chose to invite people that also wanted to leave inspirational notes or quotes around for other people to find. People did. They still do. It is a global project. And one of the things that I found so fascinating is that people are watching when you don't know. And I always talk about the domino effect, how you don't know how your actions or whatever you're doing in life affects other people. It does. A lot. Not in any particular order, but I was walking down my walk where I used to leave my notes for years. I didn't necessarily try to hide the fact that I had my notes, but just leave them around. And if people saw me, they saw me. And if they didn't, I preferably have them not see me. But there are certain spots that I left them. A guy came up behind me, casually walking, and said, "Excuse me." He said, "Are you the note fairy?" And I didn't know what to say, and it was still an anonymous project at that time. So I went, and then I was like, "Oh my gosh." And he goes, "Just to let you know, what you do really makes a difference in this world." Which is fascinating. And I said, "Oh my gosh." I was like, "Excuse me, what was your favorite one?" Because he had walked past me, a very brief passing by. And he mentioned something that he had done. And none of my notes are the same. They might have the same words, but they're not with the same stickers or writing or cards or hanging in trees or whatever way I decided to do it. And he said it really made a difference in his life, and he was always excited to see one. Then a while later, a woman came up behind me. She actually was running, like ran up to me, walked really slow. I was like, "Oh, okay." She said, "Do you leave all these notes?" And I said, "There's a lot of us." She said, "I just want to let you know how much this means to me and my husband. My husband likes to find them, but doesn't like to open them. But we get excited when we do see them." And she and I just had a conversation. We walked together for a little while. And I would have loved to be her friend. Then there's a couple spots in my walk that I always left a note. There's just like these little, I like to leave them in trees a lot. I also would like to have them in certain spots on the walk. So I put my note where there's other people around, but it didn't look like other people were looking at me at that time. So I slipped it real quick in one of my favorite spots. This tall guy was like, "Excuse me." I was a little bit taken back by it, and I go, "Yes." He goes, "Do you leave all these notes?" I said, "I do." He goes, "They mean so much to me." He goes, "I think about what you say for a while after, because I still have some of them on my fridge, because some of them say you can keep them. So I said that there's some of them on the fridge, and I go, oh wow, that's really amazing. Because I even take them to my psychologist to see what they meant in that moment in my life, or how can I analyze this to use it. And then we parted. We had a conversation, but then we parted. And I didn't go back that way for like 5 months. There's like so many ways around my neighborhood that I can go. And I decided just to go a different way. I didn't know how I felt about that. One day, I came back the same path. He was there. He had the note that he wanted to give me for 4 months. And it was a little gratitude. He engraved a copper nugget for showing how much those like notes meant to him. His person that he worked with in the machine shop also wrote me a note and said how much those meant to him, and gave me $50 to keep going. Because these projects I do of these notes take time. I collect the materials and cute things that go with it. And this person wanted me to continue to do so. It does cost a lot of money. I mean, it adds up. Well, along my walk, there was this tree with a hole out of it. Like a whiny tree with a hole. And I had put notes there for years. Someone would put little things back. They put these little tokens back into the tree. And at 1 year, I would go at the exact same time, dusk. I loved the way the wind happened. And I just liked that type of walk. And I knew the exact moment I needed to get back to my house before it got dark. It happened. I was so excited to check. And then I realized that this could be the excitement for other people. And then I also had someone who moved my notes along my walk, distinctly move them to other parts of my walk. So I gotta find my own notes. One time I hadn't been on my walk doing the P.I.O.P for quite some time. When I came back, I left a note. The next day I came back and the person had left the note, showed that it was unopened, and left the note that I had given months ago right next to it. They kept it. They thought about it. They went back and got their note next to my note. Little do we know in life how we impact people. And the magic is I was encouraged to know it mattered. So when I thought that I would die, not thought I would, there was a great possibilities that I could. I didn't want this project, like I mentioned, to die with me. So I invited people along the project. All over the world, this project exists, flourishes. There's a really cute story from a guy on X Spaces. He loves to paint. So he would leave his P.I.O.Ps, a painting, and he actually was quite well known for his painting, so they could go for a lot. And he left it of, I don't know his words, but a token, so for people to take it home, please take me, or whatever he had mentioned, and spreading joy and cheer to all to find, spreading joy and cheer for all to speak, spreading joy and cheer for all to read. And the existence of one human and the domino effect in which that happens can be impactful, beautiful, affecting people, the ones in which we don't know. You matter. Your messages matter. Your messages affect people. So why not make it beautiful? Yep.